Alright, so 5 things that I don't do with my cats. So number one is my cats are indoor cats, they don't free roam. There's several reasons for this. The main one being I live in Australia, and feral and free roaming cats kill hundreds of thousands of native mammals and birds every year. And I don't want my cats to do that. Now, I still think they need outside enrichment. And I've got several ways I'll do that. So I've got the little catio here. There goes the birds. For them to go sit out in the sun, chase bugs, smell the breeze, hear the birds. And that works for some of my cats, but I have 6 cats, so we have several different methods. Romeo here has cerebellum hyperplasia. He's a wobbly cat, so he's disabled, so he can't make it through that window. So I take him out myself, supervised, and he stays in the backyard. And Lettuce, my only girl, comes with him because she's bonded to him and she won't leave him. So those two I'll take out for an hour or two every afternoon while I sit out there and I'll play on my phone or read a book and just supervise them, and they stay in the yard, or they're pretty... Romeo can't go very fast anyway, and Lettuce has good recall. And then I've got the new kitten who uses the catio and loves the catio, but obviously wants to explore, has a lot of youthful energy. So we've just started harness training him. So we went for our first walk today, and we'll just keep doing that. And then, maybe in a few years' time he'll settle down and then he'll be happy to sit on the old man bench with Fluffy and Pudding out in the catio. But right now, he's my most energetic cat, and we need to get that out somehow. So walking is really helpful for us. Number 2, collars. Because all my cats go outside only supervised by me, and they're all microchipped, I don't do collars, and I'll go to Oscar to show you why. So Oscar I only got about 2 months ago, and he must have worn a collar all his life. Because if you look, I know it's not meant to be painful, but he's got no hair on a ring around his neck, if you'll show me. Can I see your neck, please, darling? Yeah, so it's all his hair's rubbed off, which I know it's not meant to hurt him, like they got used to it, but still, you've rubbed a bald spot around his neck. Also, he had a collar with a bell on it, and I don't like collars with bells on them for cats. Yes, I get that if you're free roaming your cat, a bell will scare the birds before the cat can pounce. But cats by nature want to sneak, want to be quiet, and if their own movement causes noise, it causes them stress and anxiety. Oscar was so stressed when I got him, and he's still a very stressed cat, but as soon as I got that collar off him, he calmed down so much because he could actually move without making noise accidentally and scaring the shit out of himself. That brings us to number 3, clipping nails. Now this is more of, I'm not against it, and I have done it in the past, but I don't want to sit down and cause stress to 6 cats and myself every 6 weeks to clip nails when I don't have to. So I just make sure there's plenty of scratch posts. These $5 Kmart cardboard things and the wave one are great. The cats just go to that. Sometimes I do get the furniture, and I've got a little bit of damage on my furniture, but nowhere near what you would expect for 6 cats in this house. And when you just have a lot more attractive things for them to scratch. They go outside, they scratch the posts, they scratch the chair, scratch all these scratching posts, and they groom themselves and bite their own nails, and they shed and the sheaves come off. And the only cat whose nails I do trim is occasionally I'll trim Romeo's, again because of his disability. Sometimes his nails get long and he's not that great at grooming, and he starts getting caught in things like blankets and pillows and stuff, and I'll just give him just the tips off, just a little trim. What was that, 3? So number 4, punish my cats in any way. This might be a bit controversial, but I don't think punishment works on cats at all. They don't associate the yelling or the spray bottle of water or whatever you're doing with the action they've just done. They just associate it with you, and then all you do is breed fearful cats that are afraid of you. So that's not saying that you can't correct behaviours or train cats. And the most common one, ignore the food bowls on the dining table. That's for a reason, because of Romeo. Cats on the bench. Now, I'm not someone that needs my cats to never be on the bench. They're cats, they're going to jump around their house. Even if I manage to train them to never go on the bench while I'm home, as soon as I leave the house, they're going on the bench. That's fine. There's this thing called sanitizer, and you wipe your bench before you use it. But I don't want the cats on the bench when I'm using the kitchen. And all of my cats know that, and none of them even try and jump up on the bench while I'm cooking anymore. And the way I did that was very simple. I outpatienced them. So they'll jump up, you pick them up, you put them on the ground. They'll jump back up, you pick them up, put them on the ground. And you just keep doing it. And you just need to be real consistent with it and real patient, and they will break before you. They will get bored. Like even the kitten at first thought it was a game. And then eventually he's like, no, I'm putting in all this effort to jump on the bench, and then you just put me back on the ground. I'm going to go find something better to do. They will push your boundaries. Like Lettuce is the most food motivated of my cats, and she loves when I cook. But she's found if she sits on this bin here, I won't move her. So she'll sit here and watch me cook, but she won't get on the bench. Every now and then she does test me a little bit, but not very much. Oi! And that brings me to my fifth point. Don't expect your cats to be all the same, or be best friends. They don't have to be best friends. Like Lettuce here and Pudding, as you just saw, he went for a bit of a chase, which it's not an aggressive chase. He wasn't trying to bite her. He didn't go after her after she ran away, so I'm not too concerned about it. But they don't get along. They can exist in the same house. They'll eat next to each other. They'll walk next to each other in a hallway. Occasionally, things like that happen where Pudding puts on a chase and then she'll back off. But she's not overly stressed. She's coming back out. But they're never going to be friends. They've never slept together. They've never cuddled up. They've never groomed each other. And that's okay. And they don't need to. As long as they live together without trying to murder each other. It's different if he had followed her to her hiding spot, stuck his paw in, tried to attack her, tried to drag her out. Yes, then that's a problem and you need to rehome one of your cats or do something drastic. But cats not particularly getting along is fine. As long as they can live together harmoniously most of the time, they don't need to be friends. And you don't need to try and force them to be friends. Yes, it's good to encourage, give them treats together, but as long as they can eat next to each other and they don't try and murder each other all the time, you're fine. You leave it. They're living together. They're individuals. You're not going to get along with everyone in your life, and they're not going to get along with every cat in their life, and that's fine. And that's it. That's the 5 things that my opinions on the 5 things of that I do with my cats and my opinions on them. But yeah, let me know if you agree or disagree. Thanks.